Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. We have had wonderful weather all weekend here in Milwaukee. Big crowds as well. It's a rubber game today. The Cubs are a game and a half up on the second place Brewers. Happy Sunday to you as the Cubs wrap up the month of July. Jim DeShays and Len Kasper with you. Low scoring series. Jason Hayward with a big catch on Friday and the game winning homer last night.
Yeah, a couple of 2-1 ball games here. Milwaukee wins Friday. The Cubs win last night. The Cubs struck out 17 times but managed to win. They've done that twice now this week. Here are the heroics from Hayward on Friday as he tracks this Braun drive to the wall. Up and over he goes. Hayward on his way to yet another Gold Glove award, and then last night off Jared Hughes in the 11th, little backdoor slider, and boy did he ever barrel it up into the Cubs bullpen for the winning run.
Jason already has surpassed his home run total from last year. We know how difficult a year it was for him offensively, but as you mentioned, won a Gold Glove and a World Series ring.
And not having a great year offensively, but he needed to be better, and certainly he has been. 8 home runs this year. He had 7 all of last season.
Pitching matchup today, it'll be a veteran right-hander John Lackey for the Cubs and Zach Davies, who's been in a much better stretch here lately after kind of a tough start.
Yeah, Davies is a 12-game winner. He got a lot of run support early. Lately, he's been pitching quite well against the Cubs this year. He's made 2 starts, one good one not so good, so he's 1-1 with a .573. John Lackey been throwing the ball much better of late. You see, since the break, 2 starts, 2-0 with a .270.
It's been an interesting series to say the least. Not a ton of offense, only 6 runs combined. The Brewers without a hit with a man in scoring position, lots of strikeouts, and we've seen some great defense on both sides as well. Cubs and Brewers will wrap up the series next.
Ford, who invites you to go further in their fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Menards, save big money at Menards. And Southwest Airlines, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
Welcome back to Miller Park on another beautiful day. Former owner of the Milwaukee Brewers, former baseball commissioner Bud Selig going into the Baseball Hall of Fame this afternoon. And we're set for the Cubs and the Brewers. John Lackey against Zach Davies. Another big crowd on hand. And let's check in on the Cubs Southwest starting lineup. One notable omission. Anthony Rizzo dealing with a sore back with the scheduled off day tomorrow. Joe keeping him out of the lineup today, so should be well rested for Tuesday night against the Diamondbacks. Zobrist, Jay Bryant, Contreras, Russell Hayward, and Almora. Caratini playing first. Lackey the pitcher.
Brewers afield are positioned thusly. Ryan Braun's in left. The rookie Brinton is in center. Domingo Santana plays right field today. Travis Shaw, an outstanding defender, having a heck of a year all the way around. He's your third sacker today. Arcia and VR, very talented, athletic in the middle, but they have made a lot of errors. VR getting his first start of this weekend. Eric Thames is the first baseman, and behind the plate, Jet Bandy. Lexus starting pitcher for the Brewers this afternoon is the slender right-hander Zach Davies. Lexus experience amazing. Has won 12 games, lost 4 despite a relatively high ERA of 4.45, but he's been really good here of late. 4-0 with a 3.09 ERA in the month of July through 5 starts, and brilliant last time out against the Washington Nationals.
So starting play today, the Cubs 1.5 up on Milwaukee, 3 up in the loss column. Cardinals 4.5 games out. The Pirates had been hot, but they've now dropped 4 in a row, so they're 4 games under and 5.5 behind the Cubs. James Hoy working home plate. Will Little, Jeff Kellogg, the crew chief, and Tim Timmons are on the bases.
Everybody in the division except for the Cubs lost last night. The Pirates are in what should be a relatively soft stretch for them, playing a bunch of last place or next to last place clubs, but they have not been able to take advantage.
If Zobrist gets a hit here, Benny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. So Ben ready to work.
Davies a finesse guy, likes to sink his fastball 89, 90, 91 maybe, but not going to blow it by you. Location, movement, change of speeds, what he is all about. Take Kyle Hendricks.
'80 beautiful degrees here in Milwaukee. Roof open, panels open, as has been the case all series. The only time of day here in this retractable roof ballpark where essentially the entire field is in the sun. Just a little sliver of shadows out in center. Zobrist with his sunglasses on.
He likes to throw that two-seam fastball. He's working away right now, but with a left-handed hitter, he likes to kind of throw it in towards the hip and let it run back to the inside corner. Last start against the Nationals in D.C. 7 2/3 innings, 3 hits, no runs. Struck out 7. That matched a season high.
Called strike 3. Ring up Zobrist. Not put Ben in this category because he's not a guy who strikes out a ton, but Joe is not real pleased with the approach last night. The fact that they have struck out 17 times in 2 wins, which is weird this week. They're the first team in 100 years to have 2 17 strikeout games within a 5-game stretch and win both. Does some pretty pointed comments from Joe before the game. That's high and deep and caught by Brinson. John Jay gave it a ride.
Yeah, well, the Cubs are a team that strikes out a lot, and they're always going to be vulnerable to that because they take a pretty passive isn't the right word, but they like to see a lot of pitches, work deep counts, and sometimes when you do that, you get into 2-strike situations. So I think those kinds of strikeouts don't really bother Joe so much when the approach is right. But some of the wild swings we've seen, and most notably Javi Baez. It's been a big part of the Baez story since he's come to the big leagues and before he even got here. And he's such a talented kid. I think the frustration level is rising because I think there's so much potential there if he does show the ability or a willingness to make an adjustment.
That's the chasing that has bothered the manager the most. Chris Bryant had a big night last night, 3 hits, and has killed Brewers pitching this year. 372. He was 8 for 19 with a home run in his career against Davies. The 0-2, swing and a miss. A 10-pitch first for Davies. John Lackey to the mound when we come back. Starting lineup, Travis Shaw quoted this series as immediate feedback in the standings, so it feels like it might even be a bigger game for them than the Cubs today. VR, Thames, and Braun at the top. Shaw, Santana, Arcia in the middle. Bandy, Brinson, Davies rounding it out.
Cubs defensively. Jay, Almora, Hayward in the outfield. Bryant, Russell, Zobrist, Caratini. Third to first, Wilson Contreras behind the plate. Lexus starting pitcher for the Cubs this afternoon is the veteran right-hander John Lackey. Lexus' experience amazing. John is 7-9 with a 4.97 ERA.
0-1 on VR. His only start of the series. So has struggled this year, hitting just .219.
His rate stats way off what he did last year. Average on base slugging all way down.
Don't want to let him get on base. He led the majors in steals last year. Swing and a miss. 1-2. I'd like to welcome all our viewers watching on Sony PlayStation View. Wow.
We're nationwide.
We're a big hit with the gamers too. Well, what has John been doing right here since the break?
Well, keeping the ball in the ballpark. That's been a big part of his recent success. I think the other thing, this is counterintuitive, he is throwing less strikes, especially early in counts. He's got a reputation and well earned for being aggressive and attacking early. Typically throws strike one a high percentage of the time, but his last couple of starts that has not been the case, and I think it's just a willingness to be a little more discerning, trying to work corners, spinning the ball a little bit more. Been pretty slider heavy his last couple of starts. Cubs have won his last 3 starts. He's 2-0 in those games with a 3.38 ERA. Just 5 innings each of his last 2, but 2 runs allowed last time, 1 run the start before in those 5 innings.
We got him.
Backdoor curveball. Yar quits on it, and it settles over the outside part of the plate.
Now Thames, the first baseman. One for 5 with a run scored on Saturday. Both teams scoring a total of 3 runs in the first 2 games combined.
Looks like he's got a pretty good life on that heater this afternoon too. That one at 93 miles an hour. Average fastball velocity for the season for John 90-91.
Foul back to the seats.
Stay with it now.
Ryan Braun on deck. 1-2 on Thames. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for John.
One looking, one swinging. Good depth on that breaking pitch.
Braun reached 4 times last night. 2 hits, 2 walks. Knocked in their lone run in the first inning. So they were blanked over the final 10 innings of that game.
Brewers averaging 4.8 runs per game, 5th best in the National League. They lead with 155 home runs. They're first in stolen bases as well.
Ground ball to Zobrist. Lackey matching Davies. Scoreless tie after 1. Time moment is powered by Xfinity. Commented a lot on how many Cub fans are here. Jason Hayward with that go-ahead home run, and right above the Cubs bullpen. They got excited last night, kind of like the Cubs bullpen does when the Cubs hit a home run at Wrigley Field. Strike on Wilson Contreras.
Yeah, to borrow from the business world, I guess you could say it's been a friendly takeover or non-hostile takeover at Miller Park this weekend. A Cubby Blue invasion.
42,574 on Friday. 44,709 last night.
Got another song parody for you can work up.
Okay.
Instead of Crystal Blue Persuasion, Cubby Blue Invasion.
I like it.
That's stuck in my head now.
Count even at 2-2. You mentioned the 12 wins for Davies. Didn't really match his ERA earlier in the season. Much better as of late.
Yeah, that's oftentimes the anatomy of a big year, right? You manage to get wins when you're not pitching particularly well. Then you sort things out, start throwing the ball very well, and off you go.
He's retired the first 4. And we'll bring up the shortstop, Addison Russell.
Davies had a 6.57 ERA in April, but managed to go 2-2. Had a 4.13 in May, a 4.50 ERA in June. So fairly pedestrian in terms of earned run average. And as I mentioned in our open, much better here of late.
Well, and what do you have the Brewers runs per game?
Just under 5, 4.8.
Right, and probably even a little better earlier. So. You give up 4, score 5.
Yeah, when Thames was hitting the ball out of the ballpark every other at bat, seemingly.
Infield pop up. And it is Thames. StatCast is powered by AWS. One more look at that big game-winning home run. That's very reachable here in this ballpark. Go back to Old County Stadium. You had to really powder it to get it out in the power alleys.
That ball carries well here, especially when things are opened up.
And a line shot the other way for the first hit of the game. I'm going to guess that he hit that ball harder than the home run.
Yeah, in terms of exit velocity,
yes.
Yeah, I would say, yep.
Home run was like 99.8, something like that. I'm guessing this is.
It sounded like 101.
Or 100s. We'll find out. Mora playing center. This is a lineup based in part on outfield defense more than offensive matchups, according to Joe.
Yeah, and Davies is one of those guys you don't load your lineup with left-handed hitters. He's actually, in terms of batting average, been better against lefties than righties. Sinker changeup combination. Good backdoor curveball, so he's pretty good against left-handed hitters.
Nailed it. The ball off Hayward's bat.
Yeah.
100 exactly.
He's not yet.
About a fifth of a mile per hour faster.
Felt like 100. Quick move there by Bandy. block and control that ball. Davies has been tough to run against in his career. Bandy has not had a lot of success this year throwing out base stealers, just 17%. So he's well below league average, but Davies does a good job of holding base runners. He's 26-13 lifetime now with a 4.12 ERA. Brewers got him from the Orioles 2 years ago, the trade deadline for Gerardo Parra.
Everything all right? What's going on with Albert?
Yeah.
Maybe shoulder? Can't tell. I think something's going on with his left or front shoulder. He's taking some practice swings for PJ Mainville.
Yeah. It's funny that he didn't show a lot initially. Checking back with James Hoy, the home plate umpire, whether the pitch he offered out was a strike or not, and then started to stretch, and now we can see him rotating that thing. I thought I saw the word popped come out of his mouth, maybe telling PJ and Joe that felt the shoulder pop a little bit, a little minor subluxation perhaps.
Look at you with the big words.
Yeah, that's all I got. Sunday, you got to break out one big one every Sunday.
Chopper to the shortstop, Arcia. He'll flip the VR. Keep an eye on that shoulder for Albert. 0-0. Presented by State Farm. So Albert Almora Jr. having a little physical issue, and hopefully he'll be able to finish the game. Travis Shaw takes a curve for a strike from John Lackey. He might have popped it
Yeah,
on the stretch.
Yeah.
That's why I don't stretch. It's dangerous.
Yeah. Like the old Darren Clark line, why don't you lift weights? Because they're heavy.
Shaw's had a huge season. Clean up here today. One for 8 in the series with an intentional walk. Played stellar defense.
I think that speaks to how much Joe Madden respects Travis Shaw these days. The fact that he intentionally walked him with left-handed pitching Mike Montgomery on the mound. So he lost the platoon advantage. Hernan Perez was his next batter.
First hit for the Brewers. That was the son of former Major League pitcher Jeff Shaw. He's at first for Santana, the right fielder.
Santana batted leadoff on Friday night. Took an offer, drew a walk.
See if they can turn 2 here. Russell to Zobrist, and that's it. They just didn't have enough pace.
I'm sure John Lackey thought when that ball was hit it was going to be a double play ball. Watch it unfold here. Like, Addy laid back just a little bit and then didn't get a lot on that flip. See a little hesitation, but again, the old adage, first guy sure, second guy quick. You try to rush it, maybe you boot it.
The Brewers shortstop Orlando Arcia. Outside, ball 1. Slider that time. Rolled foul.
Dive.
Oh,
yes.
Web gem.
Number 99. Playing the game.
Got his knees dirty, everything.
Just tremendous. Great first step off the stool. We got to put a highlight package together.
Well, going. And that'll trickle into right center for a base hit. So with Zobrist over there at second base, that little 99 hopper got through, and they got him at the corners.
This happened in Lackey's last start against the White Sox. A little hit and run play, and that play it was Narvaez, the catcher, was the batter. Addison Russell had the coverage at second base, and Narvaez hit one right through the shortstop hole. This time it's Zobrist breaking to cover the bag. And Arcia just nudges it into center field, right center field.
There's the catcher, Bandy. The Brewers are 0 for 16 with men in scoring position in the series. They're 0 for their last 29. The club record in terms of risk futility is 0 for 30. Can he get another ground ball? Well, we'll find out. He does, but the runner was moving. The throw to first, out, with Santana holding. Okay, 2 outs.
Yeah, well, with the base runner, normally in that situation, the base runner on third base is going on contact because he's making sure the double play is not going to get turned and end the inning. But with the base runner moving, that takes away the double play. So it's just a read situation for Santana down there at third.
Chris fielded that ball as they'll walk Brinson intentionally, pretty deep. Santana's got a big lead in running with contact, on contact. I think he's got a chance to score.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
The Cubs hope to take advantage of that break.
If if the back runner's not running with the pitch, he's probably going on contact and probably does score. That would have been a tough angle for Bryant to make that throw home.
And would have been a tough double play turn as well. He tried to go that route. So it's the pitcher Davies with the bases loaded, and he takes ball one. Steps off.
Contreras wants to restart.
Some career numbers for Davies. Well, he's been a lot better this year. He's an .093 career hitter, but this year batting .097. So that's 4 points above his career mark.
Little by little. And the Cubs they're shifted way to the outfield and shallow. Much more likely to dump one in front of you than he is to hit it over your head in the outfield.
Easy play for Hayward. And they leave him loaded. Still scoreless after 2. Group, the spectacular collision of comedy, theater, rock concert, and dance party all rolled into one. Catch our boys in blue at the Briar Street Theater. Call 800-BLUE-MAN or visit blueman.com. I think you need a bandana.
Yeah,
that would complete your look.
Yep. The bandana or the visor? Can you go? I know we've had this conversation before. Can you go visor and go bald?
You can.
Might create a funky tan.
Victor Caratini playing first base for the first time in his major league career, but he's played it a fair amount at the minor league level. Remember, he started his minor league career as a third baseman in the Braves organization before converting to catcher as he flies to Ryan Braun for the out.
Hey, Cub fans, the summer is in full swing. So make your plans now to come out and catch a game at Wrigley Field. Tickets are still available for games in August, especially for next week's series with Arizona and then the Cincinnati series in mid-August. Visit Cubs.com for tickets today. Diamondbacks currently second place in the NL West. One game better than the Rockies in the wild card race.
Milwaukee with no batting gloves. That bat handle taped. 1-1 the count. And 2-1. Two and two. Swing and a miss for strike three. Davies sharp here in the early going and back to the top. And Ben Zobrist. Well pitched game last night. Cubs coming out on top. 2-1 Montgomery over Hughes. That was the Brewers' 27th relief loss, the most in the major leagues. And this morning, Junior Guerra got sent to the minor leagues.
Yeah, they needed to get another bullpen guy up here. They wanted to have a lefty, and Hader, who was the only left-handed guy in their pen. Josh Hader, he pitched 3 innings through 53 pitches in that ball game, so there's no way he was going to be able to go today.
Left-hander Wei Chung Wong was selected from AAA Colorado Springs. As Craig Counsell looks on.
Cubs missed Jimmy Nelson in this series. He's having an outstanding year, 3.38 ERA.
I didn't miss him.
You weren't pining for Jimmy Nelson's start?
I don't think the Cubs bats were either. Davies has struck out 4 here in the first 3.
Oh, Jimmy. Player grade 2016 World Series ring. That's very exciting. It's donated by Jostens. Proceeds benefiting Cubs charities. Now through September 4th, Cub fans can purchase raffle tickets for only $10. Tickets can be purchased online and at official raffle locations around Chicago. Visit Cubs.com/ringraffle for details today.
Second time through. Was threatened in the second, but did not get a run against Lackey. He left the bases loaded. And strike on Jonathan VR. Oh, 2.
Yeah, he's got real good action on breaking stuff, slider in particular here today. Caught VR looking at a backdoor breaking ball in the first. Harris wants a little high cheese.
And he got him.
A little drop down cheese. And VR coming into this one had struck out in over 30% of his plate appearances this year, which is way above league average in a negative way. Strikes from Lackey, but again, it's not that here it is, hit it approach. It's on the corner, it's down around the knees, it's first pitch breaking ball.
Just off the outside corner to make it 1-1. Eric Thames. Cubs lead the season series 6-5. Coming on is Jay, and he has to play it on the bounce. And Thames has a single.
He's been victimized with soft contact here today. Makes a good pitch to Thames down. Thames is a very strong man, and off the end of the bat, and doesn't hit it all that hard, but just beyond the reach of John Jay out there and left.
Here comes Braun, who grounded out in the first.
I said earlier it was a friendly takeover of Miller Park. I guess the exception would be when Braun comes to hit, and it's hostile. Cub fans start booing. Brewer fans try to drown them out with their cheers. Kind of like a pro wrestler here in this environment.
Big swing and a miss by Braun. Certainly have to say, based on expectations, the Brewers have overachieved this year. You know they're a small market club, but their payroll on opening day, according to USA Today, ranked 29th out of 30. Talked about a lot this weekend. They've gotten great value and a lot of astute pickups. You know, Braun makes a lot of money, pretty significant part of their payroll. Signed through 2020 with a mutual option for the following year, called strike 3. And making $20 million this season, about a third of their payroll.
Well, I think he's looking breaking ball here, and Lackey able to slip that one over the outside corner for strike 3.
So 2 outs, it brings up Shaw.
Yeah, so I would imagine David Stearns, their fine young general manager, has really been conflicted over the last couple of weeks, trying to figure out what to do. How aggressive should he be, trying to upgrade their roster now that they're in position to make a run for a division title? Sure, he didn't think like this was going to be a winning year for them, and teams no doubt want Brinson and some of their other top prospects. My guess is he keeps his powder dry, maybe does something minor, but Nothing earth-shattering.
Brewers have 3 hits, all singles. Cat and mouse game here. Here's the 1-1. Favorable count for a guy who can hit the ball out of the ballpark.
He's just had great at-bats, showing a willingness to go the other way.
Popped him up. Might be some room for Caratini. And he's got it. And that's that. Brewers strand 1. We go to the 4th. Still waiting for the first run.
How about that? August is upon us. Cubs play the Diamondbacks. First pitch 7:05, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans 21 years of age and older will receive a Cubs ice mold presented by Jim Beam. For more information, visit Cubs.com. Jim will be out there himself passing those out.
Strike to John Jay. Sinker on the outside corner from Davies. Zach born in Puyallup, Washington. This is where John Lester's from. Went to high school in Gilbert, Arizona. You mentioned drafted by the Orioles and then traded to Milwaukee. Line drive, base hit. Cubs have their first base runner before 2 outs. And the other one was Hayward, a single with 2 outs in the second.
Yeah, a little something to work with here. A little top spin lob into shallow center field.
And a strikeout victim his first time up. Jay will dive back in time.
Full shift on the infield, and with Thames holding Jay at first base, the entire right side wide open. Right. Hit the ball on the ground in that direction very often. That's why they're shifting him that way, but every now and then he does. Right on the line where the second base umpire is positioned, Jeff Kellogg. So hit the ball through that spot every now and then. If he were to do that here, Jay would pretty good shot at getting to third base.
Well, first, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I am a sundial expert. And if I didn't know what time it was, I could tell you that it's about 2 o'clock Central, because see the shadow line there?
Yep.
When it reaches that little cutout of the grass at first base, it's usually right around 2 Central on July 30th.
Now
I've learned that over the years.
Only at ballparks. That's your sundial expertise.
Yep.
So at what point will the shadows cross the mound?
Well, I'll tell you when we get there. I don't want to give away all my secrets.
The answer would be later.
So see, now what time is it? Because the shadow just crossed the cutout.
Must be 2:30 or 2 o'clock.
Right on it.
It looks like a left-handed pull hitter spray chart.
1-1 to Bryant. Bounced softly to Shaw. Jay at second. Plays like a sac bunt, even though that was not the intent.
Davies working hard for that ground ball, throwing that two-seamer in. Got the desired result, but not a double play ball. Hit sharply enough for that to happen. An RBI chance for Contreras here. He's been the man for the Cubs in this situation. 361 for Contreras with runners in scoring position.
Deep to center, and it's going to be caught. Brinson on the track. Jay tagging. He's at third with 2 outs. Sounded good. Just came up short.
Brinson, a speedy, rangy guy out there in center field. Like the feel of it. You had to like the sound of it. Brinson was deep to begin with. Ball had some slice, but not enough to carry it beyond his range.
See if Russell can come through here with 2 outs. Davies listed at 6 feet, 155 pounds. Shallow center. Brinson makes a catch. Diving grab, and that saved a run. You used the word rangy, and we just saw it from Brinson here in this inning.
He's made 2 or 3 outstanding plays in this series. Saved a run with this one.
Santana lines to Zobrist. This July at Potawatomi, play $1 Million Battle Fleet for your share of over $1 million in cash and slot play. $1 Million Battle Fleet only at Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Learn more at paysbig.com.
I would have guessed Potawatomi, based on what I've heard. Just from one or two people. Well, one, really.
A great music venue there.
Yeah.
1-1 on Arcia.
You could debut your new hit, Cubby Blue Invasion, there this offseason.
I made sure Cub fans would show up, though.
Well, if you were to attach a song to this Lackey performance today, you might say "Slip Sliding Away." That slider's been most effective.
I thought he had him.
Just a wee bit outside. Hit a spot. Good try.
Catcher Bandy will hit next. 3-2 on Arcia.
Starting to feel like another 2-1 game, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does until it doesn't. Another 3-2 swing and a miss. And that slider.
As I mentioned, the Brewers strike out a lot, most in Major League Baseball, and that's pulling off a little bit on a 3-2 slide ball. And I think especially these right-handed hitters would have gone to school on that by now and taken more of a middle-away approach.
Jet, J-E-T-T, was named for his father and his paternal grandfather. Dad John, his grandpa Chet. I could have gone with Chon, C-H-O-H-N. They went with Jet.
I think they made the right call
instead. And he hit by a pitch. His last start hit 4 White Sox.
You see Bandy really drifting over the plate, that front foot almost on the inside corner of the plate. He's putting himself in harm's way and really had no chance to get out of the way of that one. He likes to drop that arm angle, throw that two-seamer, will get run in on a right-handed hitter, and then come back with that slider away.
The ire of the White Sox was raised. And those 4 hit batters. Hawk's still angry at him.
I think we should promote a celebrity boxing match between Lackey and Hawk this winter.
There's the 0-1. Rinsing fouls. What John said after the game, I mean, Ian Happ got hit, so he's going to have to buy something nice for him. But he also said, yeah, if 4 of our guys got hit, I'd probably
Yeah, and he wasn't admitting that he hit anybody on purpose, and I don't believe he did.
It was just quantity.
Yeah.
Bothered the White Sox.
Well, I'm sure some guys on the other side thought there was intent. That's the nature of these arguments. Is always most hitters usually think that they're being thrown at.
Moore's got it, and through 4, these two starters putting up zeros.
.05 for the first pitch, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans, 21 and older. We're going to take home a Cubs fedora presented by Barefoot Wine. For more information, visit Cubs.com.
White Sox made another trade today. They dealt Melky Cabrera to the Kansas City Royals. The team for which he played previously. All one on Jason Hayward.
Had a big year for them back in 2011, I believe it was. Melky, in recent newspaper articles, was hoping to stay in Chicago. He did not want to be traded, but I guess if we're going to go, it's good to go to a place where you've been before and had success.
I always feel like that's the kiss of death. You say, yeah, I'd love to re-sign here. I'd love to stay here. 2 weeks later, you're gone. Jaime Garcia made one start with the Twins. He goes from the Braves to the Twins to the Yankees in a matter of days. He's ahead 1-2 on Hayward.
Solid single to left. Well, as a matter of fact, it's a 100-mile-per-hour line drive to left. That's Jason in the second.
A cue shot back to the pitcher, and Davies will throw him out.
His exit velocity just got cut in half there.
Mitch Haniger, Mariners outfielder, got hit by a fastball from Jacob deGrom yesterday in the face.
Oh, my goodness.
So he goes to the DL. Robbie Ray of the Diamondbacks on the concussion DL. He took a liner off the head.
So I'm guessing we don't see him in that series with the Diamondbacks.
Will not.
Lester Arrieta Quintana lined up to pitch in that series. No, the probables yet for the Diamondbacks.
You start contrast in the shade and in the sun.
Yeah, and this is where normally it gets to be a little bit of an issue for the hitters when that ball passes from the bright light of the mound into the shadow on its path towards home plate. Some guys really bothered by it. I've talked to other hitters and saying, no, it doesn't bother me a bit.
Drive on the deep right. Santana on the warning track, and he'll haul it in.
Quite a little 2 out, nobody on. Davies feels like his job is done here in the 5th. Ambush from the 8-hole hitter. Starting pitchers have been efficient here. That's just the 51st pitch made by Davies. Looking for his first big league home run. Had 8 of them down at AAA.
Shank foul.
He was batting .343 for Iowa. 8 long ones, 54 driven in 68 games. His 4th in batting average in the PCL when he was called up.
One foul. You'd like to play a lot, but you'd rather play a little at this level than a lot at AAA.
Yeah, for the most part, I think there's a point where a player understands that even his own development could be hurt, by just sitting on the bench all the time.
He strikes out. Davies really cruising along. Thankfully, Lackey has through 4 as well.
CHN Plus. Big Z is in the booth as Carlos Zambrano mics up for a Spanish broadcast of Cubs baseball presented by Swaparama. Cubs Diamondbacks first pitch is at 7, or stream the game live at CSNChicago.com.
Carlos Zambrano was one of the most entertaining starting pitchers I've ever watched. Electric stuff. Great athlete. Could hit. He could snap with the best of them.
Didn't hide his emotions out there.
The volume of work was pretty terrific for much of his career. Oh, 2 to the pitcher. Make it 1-2. Rays trying to avoid a 4-game sweep at Yankee Stadium this weekend. They've got a 4-3 lead in the 5th. That would be a devastating sweep if they don't win that game today. Right now they're 4.5 games behind the Yankees, who are a half a game up on the Red Sox for the division lead. 2-2. It's full on Davies. VR next. This time he gets him swinging.
Maybe he should have gone into 50-50 mode and had himself a walk. This Thursday, Cubs Diamondbacks. This time it's a day game. First pitch is at 1:20, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Cubs t-shirt presented by CSN. For more information, visit Cubs.com.
Make-up day-night doubleheader in D.C. as VR pops it up. Easy play for Bryant. The sunglasses on. 7-4 Rockies. Bottom of the 4th. We'll play another one tonight. Offer to Eric Thames. Soft liner to Zobrist. Blackie gonna have to break a sweat. And that 1-2-3-5.
The newborn fan club is the perfect gift for parents of new Cubs to showcase what it means to be a Cub for life. Receive a photo from a custom birth announcement on the Wrigley Field marquee, Cubs birth certificate, baby stocking cap, and unique Cubs onesie. Visit Cubs.com/kids for more information.
Tap foul by John Lackey. Scoreless tie, 6th inning.
Hit a home run, pitch a shutout, you win. Just saying. Ball boys have come to play here today.
Hey, good to see Angel Flores, who was instrumental on our team charters with his family. And a new addition.
Angel and Joy and the crew, they're taking great care of us.
Two and two to Lackey. Best chance for either team came in the Brewers' second. It's hit hard on a bounce, backing up his VR. So Lackey was able to get out of that mess. And the Cubs have had just 2 base runners. Hits by Hayward and Jay. The second and the fourth.
Well, I mentioned Davies' last start against the Nationals, 7 2/3 scoreless. The start before that in Pittsburgh, 7 innings, a 1-run ball. It was unearned.
Up the middle, backhanded play. Arcia and the arm to get Zobrist.
We talk a lot about all the talented young shortstops in the game. Sometimes Arcia gets passed over a little bit in that conversation, but he can play. And he's got all the attributes you're looking for in a major league shortstop.
Jay will try to keep the inning going for Bryant. Looking to me like another sellout here in Milwaukee. Real good baseball town. Moving back to the Braves days. 50s and early 60s. Then they moved to Atlanta. Over the next 5 years, and they're trying to get baseball back as RC can't get it. John Jay with his second hit today. And eventually, Alan Bud Selig and the group here in Milwaukee got the Seattle Pilots.
Second singleton for Jay today. And this one just pushed over the top of Arcia there at shortstop. He might have been better off to take another step, retreat another step or two, and maybe not even have to leave his feet to make that play. But a tough call.
Pretty sure the White Sox played a handful of home games here in the late 60s. In between.
Yeah,
Braves
they did.
and
I don't know exactly when it was, but I know they did play some here. Yeah.
Good lead by Jay. And a pause by Davies, and he throws over. Closer that time. youthful looking Zach Davies. Not mistaken for the bat boy. 24 years old.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. In conversation, somebody would ask him what he does. He said, "I'm a Major League Baseball player." And they go, "Yeah, right." Pull his baseball card out of his wallet. Look, it's me. It's my rookie card.
Two and 0 on Bryant.
He tracked that one well, didn't he? He was looking for that breaking ball.
Diamondbacks have a 2-0 lead at St. Louis. 4th inning there. Cardinals haven't scored much in that series. I think 1 run, right? It was a 1-0 win. Pulled fair. That ball's going to kick right to Braun, and it's going to keep the Cubs from getting the lead. That's a bad break. Gary Jones, you can tell, is frustrated, thinking that ball might go all the way into the corner, but it either hit the tarp or that angular wall and went right to Ryan Braun.
Yeah, I think otherwise you're dead on. They're going to score a run here. Breaking ball stays up a little bit. Bryant hits it hard. It's headed toward the corner, but right there.
So close. And that's like an inch from going all the way into the corner, and Jay scores easily.
They pitch to Contreras here.
So it's a game of inches, and it's a game of angles as well.
It's a Game of Thrones. I would think they would be awfully careful with Wilson here.
It's a game of throneberries. Marv. 1-0 on Contreras.
Davies has very good command of his stuff. He's been pitching great baseball of late, so I think Craig Counsell's thinking is, I'm going to let Davies do what he deems best here at the outset. Trust him to execute pitches. It was a changeup, not particularly well placed. He got away with it. The off-speed nature of it had Contreras out in front a little bit, but I don't think that's where he wanted to leave that one.
Back-to-back 2-out hits here in the 6th and a scoreless tie. And the 1-1. It's going to be a tough play. Barehanded by Davies. Bad throw. Cubs lead. Should be an infield hit for Contreras as Jay is in. It's 1-0.
Well, the Brewers get a break when that ball in left field kicks out to Braun. Here, the Cubs get a little break. Slow roller to the left side. Davies quickly on it. And he knows he has to hurry his throw with Contreras going down the line. He'd have to hurry with just about anybody going down the line. It's a good try. Even if that throw's on the money, though, Contreras is going to be safe. First blood.
Three 2-out hits to give the Cubs the lead. It is an infield single. And we're at first and third now, and the batter is Russell.
Clearly established a willingness to pitch inside with that two-seamer.
this. Shadow should, once it gets past the mound, it should be around 2:35, 2:36 Central Time, according to my sundial expertise. Is that what you asked? You asked about the
I want to get to the mound. Yeah. How are you with an abacus? Got some game there too.
Is there a Genesis song? Inside. Cubs batters really tightening the screws on Zach Davies here with 2 outs. Slide and block by Bandy. It's 3-1. This is stretching, but no throwing in the home bullpen. Pitch count in good shape. As Davies is laboring for the first time today, really.
Three hits in the inning, but only one really hit sharply, the Bryant double.
Rizzo doesn't know what to do with himself. Out of the lineup on a rare occasion. A little back stiffness. He's now playing off the bag. 3-2 as Contreras will go. Here's the pitch, and we'll try it again.
Davis very deliberate there, taking almost a full minute between pitches before finally coming to the plate. And again, a good fastball, good life in off the plate, in on the hands. Made the Cubs hitter respect both sides of the plate.
Into center and a base hit. Bryant scores. Contreras will take over at third, and the Cubs lead 2-0.
There's a nice bit of clutchiness. Lengthy battle won by Russell. Breaking pitch. Maybe off the outside corner. Front foot is down. He's fooled a little bit, but he keeps the hands back and delivers the RBI single.
First team to 2 wins.
It's been enough the first 2 games of this series.
Who's really enjoying it today? Ev Lathrop, celebrating her 92nd birthday. Four consecutive 2-out hits.
Infield know what he's going to do here in case Russell breaks for second.
The first 5 innings threw no more than 13 pitches in an inning. Much different story here in the 6th. He's off the mound, and he'll just take it to the bag. Unassisted to end the Cubs' 6th, but they're on top 2-0. Insider at CSNChicago.com. Presented by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side. Trade deadline is tomorrow, the non-waiver deadline. Do you expect the Cubs to make a move?
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, as Joe Madden said, we're still waiting for the white smoke. He spoke with Theo before the game. Didn't think anything was close this morning, but by the time they get back to Chicago, he thought they'd have something to talk about. So I think you're looking at a backup catcher and a nice veteran arm to add to that bullpen. That's kind of the sense I've been getting here the last week.
Ryan Braun with a leadoff single. John Lackey, who now has a 2-0 lead. No questions about John's future in the rotation going into the All-Star break, but he's come off the DL and has been really good here in these 3 starts.
Yeah, I think JD can put it in perspective that, I mean, how many 5th starters out there are better than John Lackey? I mean, teams are desperate searching for pitching, and I think the top 4 they have is on paper better than the one that won the World Series last year. You have Lackey is certainly the most entertaining or ornery 5th starter out there. But the guy's got 3 World Series rings and knows what he wants to do out there.
Right, and Joe talks a lot about his competitive nature, and the stuff hasn't changed a whole lot, so you feel comfortable that he's got a chance to pitch a lot better the second half than he did in the first half, and that is what he has shown here in recent outings. And the addition of Quintana and bringing Hendricks back into the rotation, coming off the disabled list, that clearly defines John as kind of the 5th guy in the rotation. And typically in that spot, give us 5, get us into the 6, and on a day like today, he's certainly pitching much better than that. So you typically don't ask a whole lot out of that 5th guy. I'm sure if the right deal were to come together, you could really upgrade your rotation. The Cubs would entertain it, but kind of an upgrade is likely going to cost you more than you want to give up at this point.
2-1 on Travis Shaw. I got a question for you that you may not have an answer for, and it may not be something that he would even answer. What are the odds Wade Davis is a Cub next year?
That's a great question. I've been waiting to ask that one, and I think it's interesting because if you look at this front office, they've kind of came in saying how relievers are unpredictable, and they didn't think a closer was the right spot to pour money into, but you saw what they gave up for Chapman. I think Wade's been pretty comfortable here. He's certainly been a dream for us working on deadlines in the 9th inning. It's like he comes in and you can kind of hit send. He's going to get it done after, we kind of lived through Carlos Marmol and some of those other high wire act closers that I think it's certainly something. He told one of my colleagues, Dan Hayes, at the All-Star break that he thought it may not be realistic to expect what Chapman got on the free agent market or what Kenley Jansen got, but certainly he's pitched his way into that conversation. I would guess north of what Mark Melancon got. That was like 4 years and 60. Right?
Yeah, Melancon, I believe, is older than Wade. And you're right. It'll be very interesting to see what the market will be for Mr. Reliability, Wade Davis. Shaw went. And he doesn't like the call by Tim Timmons, but his opinion doesn't matter. That's the first out.
I got number 7 for Lackey here this afternoon. Did he or didn't he?
Borderline.
Yeah. And that's just a really tough call for a base umpire to make.
We don't know the big picture result of the trade for the Royals and the Cubs, because Jorge Soler is still a pretty young guy, but considering his struggles this year and the fact that the Royals are very much in it, I wonder, at least for the short term, if they will regret that trade.
Well, it's not like the Royals have been looking everywhere for pitching, and you're exactly right. I get why everyone understands why they did the move.
Fly ball to right. It's deep. Hayward is back. Gone. He hit the top of the fence and went out. And we're tied. Domingo Santana with a 2-run homer.
Well, you see the frustration of John Lackey out there on the mound, hands up on top of his head in disbelief. Didn't think the ball was hit all that well. Santana, big strong guy. That's his 18th home run, and Jason Hayward could not pull another rabbit out of his hat. He robbed Braun the other night, and boy, it looked just like that play, didn't it? But this one just a little bit beyond his reach.
So outfielders, they time their steps, and he did all he could. Just got over his glove, hit the padding on top of the wall, and got out. Game of inches, as we said. Arcia retired by Almora, 2 down. So the Cubs grabbing the lead with 4 straight 2-out hits in the top of this inning, but the Brewers coming back, doing what they do best, and that is hit the ball out of the ballpark. Here's the catcher, Bandy. Outside for ball 1. Let you finish your thought, Patrick, if you had another thought about Wade Davis. We're talking about Kansas City looking for pitching.
Well, I mean, Soler, whether or not he ever lives up to that, it was clearly not going to happen here. The Cubs kind of felt closed in. If you remember, kind of those big-time hitters that were on the market because of Encarnacion, guys like that were kind of waiting around forever, it seemed like. And they knew Soler was this diminishing asset, and they kind of felt they could see the clock ticking down on that. They certainly got a great year out of Wade Davis. We'll see what happens from there, but it's been their plan all along. They collect as many hitters as possible, figure out the pitching later, and it seems like they've done it again. We'll see if there's another deal coming tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. You say an off day for us. I'm not sure if it will be for you. 3-1.
I hope you don't get traded, Patrick.
I don't have no trade.
You don't have any protection.
Just keep showing up until they tell me not to.
CSN Regional to be named later. And ball 4. All right, Patrick, thanks for the time, and we'll keep up to date by checking you out on Twitter and csnchicago.com with all the possible trade details.
All the
Thanks,
rumors
guys.
and news.
Yep. It's Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider. Here's Brinson with 2 outs. Tie ball game. John's been very efficient today.
Nothing cooking out in the pen right now. Brewers do have action in their pen. Benson's taking some wild swings at breaking balls in this series. Jacob Barnes pitched last night, hard throwing right-hander. Well, just about everybody pitched last night in that 11-inning ball game. For the Cubs, Rondon and Grimm did not. Dunsing threw just 1 pitch. Uehara should be good to go. Davis should be good to go again. Might try to stay away from Edwards and Strop this afternoon.
Safe. Just got back in ahead of the Caratini tag.
Snap throw, quick tag here by Caratini. And he was safe. Oh, they are going to take a look.
Joe's going to challenge. By the way, the White Sox being no hit in the bottom of the 6th. Cleveland leads that game 1-0. Josh Tomlin, though, had to leave due apparently to some sort of injury after 4 innings. Did he get him right there?
Well,
on the
if he
swipe?
brushed the top of the shoe, he may have gotten him. First look at it, it looked like the tag was applied on the knee, but he may have got the top of his foot.
It's worth a try.
I can't tell.
Best guess is out. Is there enough to overturn? Might be a circumstantial case without physical evidence. Will that be enough?
John Jay is ready to hear the appeal. Never gets old. Or maybe it does.
Santana tied this game with an opposite field 2-run homer after the Cubs had grabbed the lead here in the top of the 6th.
What if they're on hold right now? We don't know it. They're just listening.
Your call is important to us.
Listen to music. Please stay on the line.
We appreciate your patience.
There are 4 other callers ahead of you. 1 in Cleveland, 1 in Tampa.
I believe will stand. Bill can't believe it.
last look that they showed on the big board here in the ballpark, it looked like maybe as Victor was trying to sweep the tag, that his glove actually bounced off the top of the base and over the foot of Bandy. Pretty murky.
But no harm, no foul. They get out of the inning. 2-2 as we go to the 7th.
The Cubs are offering specially priced tickets for teachers, students, and academic professionals and their family members and friends to watch the Cubs host the Cincinnati Reds. Included with your game ticket, participants will receive a commemorative fidget spinner. For tickets, visit cubs.com/communitynights.
2-2 tie. 7th inning and a strike on Almora. Leury Garcia has homered for the White Sox, so no more no for the Indians. 1-1 in the 6th. Guessing maybe Leury replaced Melky Cabrera. He was not on the active roster when we saw the White Sox.
Yeah.
I think he was on the DL actually. Justin Grimm up in the Cubs pen. Past the mound. VR though will scoop. Yeah, Garcia was activated off the DL today. Caratini, the first baseman. Kyle Schwarber on deck for Lackey. Fly on a play. Another sellout, 44,269 at Miller Park.
And a great many of these fans are Cub fans here today, but the Brewers have been drawing pretty well, especially for such a small market team. And a solid, loyal following here.
Yeah, they got the ballpark right with the roof. And that one into the corner. Foul.
Happy days. Rockies lead the Nationals 8-4, bottom of the 6th in Washington. Cardinals have come back to tie the D-backs 2-2.
Jose Martinez with a big home run. That's nudged foul.
Giants are playing the Dodgers this weekend. Remember the last time a Giants-Dodger series has had such little hype.
They're playing the Sunday night game tonight. And 33.5 games separate the Dodgers and Giants. And we're not even in August. Can you believe that? Deep center. Brinson back at the wall. Gone!
There's that ambush from the 8-hole.
Victor Caratini with his first major league home run, and the Cubs lead again.
Well, filling in for Anthony Rizzo, part of the job description is to hit for power. And boy, does he deliver. Beautiful swing in the bat, straightaway center field. Ford home run replay. What a moment for the rookie, his first major league home run. And it puts his club on top in the 7th inning.
A definite welcome to the show moment. So John Lackey can get a win as Kyle Schwarber swings and misses. That was a blast. Schwarber. Cubs 3, Brewers 2, swing and a miss, and a changeup. And Riz, you can sit out Tuesday if you want. I got you covered. And Schwarber fans, 2 outs. Stole for 3, playing second and hitting leadoff today. Ooh. Line shot foul over the Brewer dugout.
Never see a ball, you know, a right-handed hitter late might shoot a ball there, but the left-handed hitter up, just thinking the ball's going to be hit over the middle of the dugout like that. Davies has had Zoe's number today. 0 for 3, struck him out the first 2 times up.
Off to center, Brinson. One hands it. All the scoring here in the last 2 innings. Cubs have led twice. Caratini with the home run. It's 3-2, and we will keep it here for God Bless America.
Led by Bob Kozlowski from the Brewers Guest Services.
God bless America, land that I
right here in Chicagoland and rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. eClick Lending. eClick Lending.
Boom!
Your mortgage just happened.
Forgot we didn't bring the boom with us.
No, we didn't.
Follow Cubs baseball live with the MLB.com at Bat mobile app. Stay connected to the game's best players all season long with Game Day. Live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat today. It's your #1 app for live baseball.
Victor Caratini giving the Cubs a 3-2 lead. Right-hander Justin Grimm pitching in a big spot.
Came in the 8th on Friday. Got a couple of big outs.
Eric Sogard batting for the pitcher. Davies in the air, foul ground. It's Russell for the out.
Good start here in the bottom of the 7th. Justin Grimm. Been a tough go for him this year. ERA above 5. This is his 36th appearance. He was mixing in some cut fastballs the other night, slide balls, something in between that fastball curveball combination that he normally features.
The Arshos bunt and then had to maneuver out of the way. Chance to have a 2.5 game lead going into the off day tomorrow. Right down the middle, and it's fouled off. Mr. Baseball Bob Uecker is in Cooperstown. His good friend Bud Selig goes into the Hall of Fame, and Jeff Levering and Lane Grindle in the Brewers radio booth, making sure Bob's presence is still felt. Selig backwards is Giles.
Yes, it is.
Swing and a miss. 3-2. Bob's speech when he was honored with the Ford C. Frick Award still goes down as one of the best, certainly the funniest acceptance speech. Zobrist has it. 2 outs. We're going to show you some class here on a Sunday afternoon. Pudge Rodriguez, Jeff Bagwell, Tim Raines. All elected by the writers. John Schuerholz, Bud Selig going in as well. Good group.
Yeah, well, deserving. Raines going in on his final time on the ballot. Pudge Rodriguez, first ballot Hall of Famer, only the second catcher ever to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, joining Johnny Bench with that distinction. Imagine Rudy Jaramillo got some pretty good love at Cooperstown today. He's both instrumental in both Pudge's and Bagwell's career.
1-1 on Thames. Two balls and a strike. Deep breath by Grimm. The pitch. High fly to left. It's the bad Sunfield right now, but Jay makes the catch. Nice work by Justin Grimm. A 1-2-3-7 statue of Bud Selig outside the ballpark. The home run time. First of Victor Caratini's major league career, and it gives the Cubs a 3-2 lead. empty dugout. Jacob Barnes, first man out of the Milwaukee bullpen.
Hard throwing right-hander worked the 7th inning in the ball game last night. Allowed a run and an RBI single by Chris Bryant. For the year, 3-2 with a .440.
Jay 2 for 3 with the Cubs' first run. Slash line actually is on base average higher than his slugging. 399. John, not a guy you expect to hit for a ton of power, but you do want him to get on base, and he has done that.
Lifetime .288 batter with a .355 on base percentage. He's always had the ability to put the ball in play. But 10 home runs in 2011, the most he's ever hit in a season. He's an everyday player, played 159 ball games that year. Davies this afternoon, very good. 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. He did not walk a man, struck out 6.
Lifted to left where Braun will make the catch.
John Lackey, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. That's what 6 of his last 7 he's allowed 3 runs or less, and 5 of those it's 2 runs or less. You know, one ugly one in Baltimore, I believe it was. No, check that, Washington, just up the road.
Catch up with the high heat. One strike on Bryant. Davies was good. 7 innings, 3 runs. But would be on the hook for the loss. One on its way. It's a strike.
99 on the edge. It's crisp out there this afternoon. He only threw 12 pitches in his 1 inning of work last night.
That one way out in front of home plate. You ever held one of the Japanese baseballs? Ones they use over there? I guess they're balls that you don't have to rub up. They've got a little tackiness to them.
Oh.
If MLB
like pre-washed jeans, they're pre-rubbed up baseballs.
Wouldn't have to do that.
You'd still want to do it anyway.
You might.
You got to get to know the ball a little bit before you throw it.
A lot of talk about the baseballs this year. One theory is that the threads are lower, so guys are kind of digging in a little bit more, maybe causing some blisters and possible arm issues, but nobody really knows.
Yeah, I pick up balls all the time and play around with them, and I don't know.
Seems feel normal to you?
Mostly. I mean, I guess I could buy an argument that they're not raised up. But I would not have been able to make that case without somebody else, saying, "Hey, we think there's something different going on with the seams of the baseball."
Just think, anecdotally, we've got a lot of guys who are dealing with blisters who had not previously, so we have a common theme. Conspiracy theories abound. That is foul. Not a conspiracy, it's just that something feels different.
I'm more receptive to the argument that the balls are at their high end in terms of coefficient of restitution or whatever you want to use to describe the way the ball is jumping off the bat. Because I think the home runs and the way the ball's been jumping is more of an issue than the blisters.
The ball has been blistered.
Yeah.
A lot. Left field corner. Off the pole. A home run for Bryant. Number 20.
Little add-on here late. JB had 3 hits yesterday. This is his second today. He doubled in the 6th. Was a big part of that 2-run inning. And a line drive off the foul pole in left. Here's a Ford home run replay. Get out of here.
4th Cub with 320 homer seasons by his age 25 campaign. Santo, Williams, Rizzo, and now Bryant. A 4-2 ball game. Speaking of the ball being blistered, Bryant certainly did that.
First one since July 16th when they got Ubaldo Jimenez in Baltimore.
Two on Contreras. Cubs have scored in each of the last 3 innings.
Like Hector Rondon will get the 8th.
Contreras chased one in the dirt. Tuesday on CSN Plus, Big Z is in the booth as Carlos Zambrano will mic up for a Spanish broadcast of Cubs baseball presented by Swaporama. Cubs and Diamondbacks first pitch at 7. You can stream the game live at csnchicago.com. So we'll be on the regular channel and the Spanish broadcast featuring Big Z on CSN Plus. Swinging strike on Addison Russell. Barnes with an 0-2. Called strike 3 on a breaking ball. Chris Bryant had the big 3-hit game last night. 2 extra base hits today. The double in the 6th and the home run off the pole and left here in the 8th. And the Cubs have a 2-run lead. Rondon will pitch. Tough part of the order too.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where the 8th inning figures to be perhaps a little tougher than the 9th. After working for the 44th time, 2 wins and a loss, a 4.20 ERA for Rondon. Scoreless inning here Friday.
Ron, Shaw, Santana. Chung Wong just brought up today.
Everybody, Wei Chung tonight.
Swing and a miss.
Lively, 96. Open in a little bit. You got the Brewer press notes here. Wong's name is Wei Sheng Wong. C-H-U-N-G, but Sheng, Wei Sheng Wong. Okay.
One and two to Braun. Cubs have a 2-run lead for the second time today. They led 2-0 in the sixth. Santana tied it on a 2-run homer. 2 batters after Braun led off the inning with a hit. This time, well, he strikes out.
Braun really expanding his zone there, and that slider down and away. He said, good pitch. You can read his lips here, looking at Rondon. Said, good pitch. Which basically means if it weren't a good pitch, you wouldn't have gotten me. I don't make outs on bad pitches.
Strike to Shaw.
And he's right, he doesn't. Very often.
Congrats to Adrian Beltre. Just picked up his 3,000th major league hit.
'31st man to do it. He's tied with Roberto Clemente. Quite a player when you consider the power. Such a good defender. That's what a Hall of Famer looks like.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Since the All-Star break, the Brewers down near the bottom of the league in terms of runs scored, so they've been a good offensive team most of the season, but of late not so much.
Strike 3 and a fastball at 98. That's the 2 best hitters in the lineup for Milwaukee. Struck out Braun swinging and Shaw looking.
Shaw doesn't get that front foot down soon enough. Can't pull the trigger on 98. Has to take the walk of shame back to the dugout.
Zobrist, the little leap, the catch, the inning. Nice work by Grimm and Rondon in relief.
Yes. Yeah, there's plenty of room, so hop on.
Okay. I'll think about it. 4-2. Cubs lead, 9th inning. And it is 25-year-old left-hander Wei-Chung Wong from Taiwan. This is his first major league appearance since 2014.
Yeah, the Brewers drafted him in the Rule 5 draft out of the Pirates organization. The winner of 2013. He posted good numbers down at AAA this year, where he has spent the bulk of his time the last couple of seasons.
Joe Madden almost has his own baseball language. Has a clever turn of phrase. His team here in the 9th going for what he calls jug runs. Go for the jugular. And a good start. Opposite field hit for Hayward. He's 2 out of 4.
Second time he's gone that direction for a knock today. He did it first time up.
Well, that was quick.
Wei-Chung, we hardly knew ye.
Council saying no way. 4-2. Here comes Jared Hughes. To the pen, call grilling flavor up to the bigs. Jared Hughes, who gave up the game-winning homer last night for Jason Hayward. Will work with Hayward at first, nobody out, 9th inning today.
Big, hard-working right-hander, likes to sink the fastball. It was a slider, backdoor slider, that he tried to fool Hayward with last night that Jason hit up above the Cubs bullpen for what proved to be the game-winning home run. Had a number of good years with the Pirates. We're looking for that ground ball double play here.
Bunted, deadened by Almora. That'll go 1-3 on the sacrifice. Toast of the game is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Victor Caratini with his first major league home run, giving the Cubs a 3-2 lead. Binny's Beverage Depot, the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. We'll see our 3rd Brewer reliever here in the night.
A pitch per outing here, a pitch per batter.
We'll be right back. Seasoning's called to the pen. Here's Oliver Drake, a right-hander, third pitcher of the inning.
The Admiral pitched collegiately at the Naval Academy. He was with the Orioles. They put him on waivers in April, playing by the Brewers. He is come over here to pitch 47, now 48 times, 3-3 with an ERA of 5.01. Kind of a funky delivery. Leans on that back leg and goes. Fastballs and splitters. Typically what you see from Oliver Drake.
Hayward at second, one out, and ball one on Caratini. So that's the fourth pitch thrown by the third reliever here in the ninth.
A smart play there by Almora, spoiling the intention of Counsell by bringing his ground ball pitcher into the game. So you take the double play out of the equation with the bunt. Push Hayward into scoring position as you look for that extra run.
Javier Baez is on deck, so he'll bat. And then likely play defense in the bottom of the ninth. Scorch past Bandy, but Hayward holding. Ground ball to first. We'll go 3-1. Baez will be announced. And he will be intentionally walked. Get to Zobrist.
Okay. Yeah. This is a very curious move. Well, this just must be, we talk a lot about Joe with his matrix of outcomes of, pitcher hitter matchups and what's most likely to happen. And this is obviously not about a platoon situation, because with the switch hitter Zobrist next, he's going to have theoretically the advantage swinging from the left side. But it may be Drake being, a fastball splitter guy, doesn't have that swing and miss slider that so many right-handed pitchers feature against Baez, and Counsell just likes Drake better against Zobrist from the left side.
Yeah, they like him against lefties.
Yeah, that's got
repertoire. Oh, 2.
Normally with Baez's willingness to chase, you would think, just pitch him out of the zone, and then if he doesn't chase, then you end up just walking him anyway, as opposed to just putting him on. That would have been the other way to do it. But if you don't feel like your pitcher has the repertoire to attack him a certain way, take a look at the splits against Oliver Drake, and I think they're going to defend the move that Counsell just made. Those reverse split guys. Zobrist struck out twice today. I believe it's only the 4th time all year that he has struck out twice in a ball game. In this series, we've had a Harvard man pitch, a Dartmouth man, and now a Naval Academy man. Prestigious institutions. Counsell was a Notre Damer.
Oh, strike 3. Go to the bottom of the ninth as Zobrist not happy with that call. 4-2. Save chances. And here he is again.
Yeah, picked up number 21 last night. He's got a 2.06 earned run average, 35 innings. He has allowed just 22 hits, walked 17, punched out 50. 21 pitches in the ball game last night for Wade. And let's continue the good work done here today by Grimm and Rondon, who each fashioned a perfect inning. Rondon with a couple of strikeouts in his one scoreless. See Baez looking up at the big board, applauding because they're showing the highlight of Adrian Beltre getting his 3,000th hit.
Garcia will lead it off. Fastball at 94. Tight.
He worked a walk off Davis in the 11th last night.
See some notes on the closer. He's converted all 21 this season. That's a single season club record. And the third longest overall in team history. Low. 3-0.
Bandy's scheduled next, but looks like Manny Pina is going to hit for him. Got some good bats on the bench. Hernan Perez, Aguilar.
Garcia walked last night with 2 outs against Davis in the 11th. Let's see what happens here on a 3-2 coming up. High fly ball, shallow right. That's one as Hayward grabs it. Pena for Bandy. Curve strike. A big series win this would be. The Cubs can close them out. Just over 2 weeks ago, they were 5.5 games back of Milwaukee and a chance to be 2.5 up heading into the month of August. An 8-game surge in the standings. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
And led primarily by just an incredible run by the starting pitching. And it kind of limped along for most of the season. I mean, they're still upper third in the league. It was just a comparison to how good they were last year. In the last couple of weeks, they've been outstanding. Tardy. Slugger Aguilar out on deck.
Good bat for Brinson. Try it once more. Assistant hitting coach Eric Hinsky chatting with Anthony Rizzo, Jake Arrieta. Another 2-2 on the way. And that will get down for a hit. Pena with a 1-out single. Here comes Aguilar.
Yeah, I'm guessing if Pena had not reached, they might have pulled Aguilar back and gone with Hernan Perez. But now that Aguilar has a chance to tie the ball game, he'll take this at bat. Word comes up empty, but doesn't cost anything. Still a knock, no extra base. Aguilar having a nice year. He's been really good off the bench. Overall, you see 282, .508 slugging percentage. He's hit 9 home runs. And awfully good against left-handed pitching, but he's held his own against righties as well.
Tying run at the plate. A 1-0 count. The pitch. Ground ball. Bryant. Baez. Caratini. Cubs win. They go around the horn to end the ball game. Caratini's home run, the game winner. 4-2 the final.
That was a stylish way to end the ball game. Dangerous hitter up there, sharply hit, and that leads to around the horn double play and a nice weekend here in Milwaukee for the Cubs. And all these Cub fans have made the long journey north.
Make sure you join us Tuesday at 7 on CSN. The Cubs and the Diamondbacks, first of a 3-game set. Big Z will also be on CSN Plus for the Spanish broadcast. Should be fun. For JD and our entire crew here in Milwaukee, I'm Casper, inviting you to stay tuned for Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live. Cubs win 4-2 the final.